What's up, people? As you can see from the title, we're going to talk about Regis Prograis versus Josh Taylor. My reaction to the fight. I just watched it. All right, I'm gonna tell y'all guys what I think. Okay. Now I did it with the sound off, so I'm not too sure how the punches felt, but I can tell you this: I thought that Josh Taylor, for most of the fight, was getting credited with punches he did not land. I thought Prograis' defense was pretty good. I didn't think that Prograis was getting credit for all that body work he was doing. He did a lot of beautiful body work in this fight. Obviously, Josh Taylor was a stronger guy. We could see that, physically stronger. And he was using roughhouse tactics to push Regis Prograis around. But honestly, in my opinion, I had this fight scored 8-4 Regis Prograis. I think that Josh Taylor, because he had home court advantage, won the fight. That's how I see it. Okay, so the rounds I got were Regis Prograis 1-4. They were all Prograis rounds, in my opinion. In those rounds, obviously, he was pushing Josh Taylor back. Josh Taylor would take a walk every time Prograis would land that 1-2 combination to the body. He'd take a walk. There were times when Prograis had Taylor on the ropes, as a little bit later on in the fight, but he did not do anything to finish Taylor. I had round, what was it? I think round 6 was the Taylor round. I had round 8 for Prograis. I think it's 1-5. Sorry, 1-5 was Prograis, and then I had round 8 for Prograis, and then I had 11 and 12 for Prograis. That's how I had it. The other rounds I gave to Taylor because they were close rounds. There was one round that was explicitly Taylor. I think it was round 6 and 7 were definitely Taylor rounds. Definitely did good work. He did good work to the body. Taylor was able to roughhouse Prograis and get the lower leverage on Prograis earlier on. Of course, each guy was making adjustments as the fight went on. So they were making adjustments to each other. All right, and at a certain point in time, Prograis was doing very well mid-range to outside. He was out jabbing Taylor. He was landing jabs on Taylor, and all. He was doing a lot of very good work. Right? I don't know if the commentators were giving him credit for that, but from the replays I saw, he wasn't getting no credit for it. So I don't even know if they gave the early rounds to Josh Taylor. It depends on how these people were thinking of things. What's that stupid dog barking, man? Dude, shut up. What's going on? Why would that dog be barking like that? Hold on a second, people. Why is the dog barking? Right. Let me continue. So, how I saw it was Josh Taylor was the bigger guy. He was trying to bully Prograis around with his forearms. He was trying to forearm him, and then once he got his head back with the forearm, he would try and throw combinations. The other thing he was doing was headlocking Prograis, pushing his head down. But all of that's okay when you're on the inside. Okay? It was stronger, so he could push Prograis around. Even the ninth round that people said Prograis was getting beaten up, and I didn't really see that. He got hit with more shots than normal, but he was also landing body punches, a lot of body punches on Taylor, and nobody was giving him credit for it. Now, I don't know if you guys were listening with the sound on and the commentary. I wasn't. But I didn't see Prograis in any trouble in the ninth round. He was a dog. And he was given as good as he get. He was in more trades. He was getting hit more flushly. And it was some beautiful body work that Josh Taylor did. Prograis was responding to him. And clearly that was the case as we look at the 11th and 12th round, where Prograis was just, he turned Marvin Hagler on that motherfucker, and he was really trying to bang him. And you could see Josh Taylor he did not like those body shots, okay? And he was clinching like a motherfucker. So we can go through this fight as well. Some people thought it was a close fight. I think Josh Taylor, because he's in the UK, he got the decision. But my personal opinion, I thought that Regis Prograis won this fight 8-4. Some people could even say 7-5 because it was a close enough fight like that. But at the end of the day, Josh Taylor, I thought, won 6, 7, 9, 10. That's it. 6, 7, 9, 10. Be honest with you. Um, Prograis had beautiful bob and weave, in and out, dipping. He was slipping and sliding. He was walking down the bigger guy. The bigger guy had to outbox on the outside. Josh Taylor obviously he's pretty good on the inside, but pretty good on the inside because he uses roughhouse tactics. That's the way how he got Regis Prograis early on. He was catching him with headshots and shit because he would, you know, push down his head when he tried to throw. I saw Terry Flanagan try to do the same thing with Regis Prograis. So when you get on the inside, the guy would forearm you down so that you wouldn't land body shots. Um, but quite frankly, I thought Prograis won this fight 8-4. I thought he was doing the better work throughout the fight. I know he wasn't the bigger, stronger guy. Clearly, that was Josh Taylor. Even though Prograis did start to bully him in the 11th and 12th round, even though he was a smaller dude. Josh Taylor would use his weight to try and tire out Prograis. Didn't tire him out. He tried to do various things. Now, Prograis said that the better man won, but he said, it was his home turf and stuff. The scorecard, what the hell was that? The scorecard of, what was it? 117 to 112 or something like that. Which was 9 rounds to, was it 117, 111 or something like that? 9 rounds to 3. I don't know where the fuck they got that scorecard from. The 114, 114 or draw, I can understand. The 117, 115, I can understand where they gave it to Josh Taylor in that respect, but I honestly did not see this fight, Josh Taylor winning this fight. Again, you guys can go ahead and leave your comments on what you think. Shout out to Intangible Boxing. Okay. Tangible Boxing says he saw Josh Taylor winning 116, 111. See, you got it 8-4 the other way. 8-4 Prograis. What? Yep. I saw it 8-4 for Prograis. Like I said before, I don't think they were crediting Prograis for those body work. Prograis wasn't throwing the jab. He wasn't throwing straight shots. I mean, come on. What are you talking about? He was out jabbing. He was out jabbing Taylor. What are you talking about? He was landing the jab on Taylor all the time. Taylor couldn't land his jab on Prograis. Prograis was landing his jab on Taylor. How do you think Prograis got to the inside? You serious? I don't know what fight you was watching, bro. You had the sound off, and you still didn't see Prograis jabbing Taylor. Okay, we're gonna run through this fight. Josh Taylor won easy. I didn't see that. Honestly, I don't know what you saw, but I didn't see that. And I was watching both fighters. Taylor was having problems hitting Prograis. He started hitting Prograis with body shots somewhere in the 6th round, 7th round. Prograis took the 8th. The 8th round was definitely a Prograis round. I mean, I don't know what you was watching, bro, but I didn't see that, honestly. And I'm just being honest. Do I have to tell you guys to smash the like button if you like what you're seeing? If you don't like what you're seeing, then don't smash the like button. Oh, by the way, you can also not only subscribe to my channel, and you can subscribe, you can share, and so on. You can comment, but you can also donate to my channel via Western Union MoneyGram. Don't forget that, peoples. I'm not just here to show my beautiful face. KP from Casey said I had 115, 113 for Regis, but I could see Taylor getting the nod. Prograis was working himself to the inside, yet in the same breath, you say Josh Taylor was walking him down. When was Josh Taylor walking him down? Bro, listen to what I said. I said Regis Prograis was walking Taylor down. From rounds 1 to 6, he was walking Taylor down. Taylor started getting the momentum back. I think it was in round 8 or 9. He started walking Prograis down. What are you talking about, man? Are you not even paying attention to what I'm saying? God damn. Yeah, KP from KC. 7. I could see it 115, 113 for Regis Prograis as well. Yeah. But I had Prograis winning. 11th and 12th definitely were Prograis rounds. And rounds 1 to 4 definitely were Prograis rounds. Round 8 was a Prograis round. Everybody knew that. Yeah, he was bullying Prograis on the inside. On the inside, Ninja. He was using his forearms and he was using his shoulder. In fact, the referee actually reprimanded him for bumping him on the shoulder. On the inside. He did all the tactics that you're supposed to do, and some of them are dirty, but who gives a fuck? You're supposed you can do whatever you want if the referee's allowing it. He would clinch him up, for example. Then when Prograis would get his head down under him, he would forearm him down. He would lock his head. He would forearm him off. He would forearm this way and hit him with an overhand right. He would hold him and hit him. He was rabbit punching him sometimes. Who gives a fuck? It's inside fighting. So he used his physical strength, which is a smart thing to do, to try and beat down on Prograis. Even lean his whole weight on Prograis, push him back. And Prograis, though he fight on the inside, he don't necessarily step around his opponent. What he was trying to do was step around. But what Josh Taylor would do to hold him in place is he would grab him. Still, Prograis could have slipped around. The other thing that Prograis didn't do good enough until later on in the rounds, he realized, was to get the lower ground. So that is, he's a shorter fighter. He should have been, his shoulder should have been in, his head and shoulder should have been in Taylor's chest. But then the referee, when he started doing that, the referee started scolding him and saying, you can't lead with your head, which was shitty. Because Prograis wasn't trying to do that. He was trying to get below Taylor and get the lower ground. I guess you didn't see all of that, but I did. Because I pay attention to both fighters. I don't listen to sensationalism and all that bullshit. I'll actually watch both fighters. You got to watch this fight again. Josh Taylor's body work was more effective than Prograis. His condition was better. Prograis won rounds 1, 4, and the last 2. I'm sorry, buddy, but you're wrong. Taylor's body work, what body work? How much body work did Taylor do? Think about what I'm saying. The rounds that he won, those 4 rounds, he did some pretty good body work. But I'm going to tell you this. They always came off of some roughhouse tactics. I don't care if you had the sound off. I'm telling you what happened. Now, you obviously didn't know about that shit that I just said. You wasn't paying attention. Which is all good. I mean, you're entitled to your opinion. We can always go through this fight right now. We can go through this fight right now. Live stream. I can live stream it, put it up on the TV, and we can go through it. I have no problem going through this fight, but I'm going to take the sound off, though. And I'm going to show you what I saw. Yeah, so, yeah, I had Regis Prograis winning, but I knew that Taylor had the home court advantage. I'm pretty sure from the replays I saw that the Sky Sports and the commentary team was favoring Taylor heavily. It is what it is. Because when I looked at the replays, they missed out all that body work that Prograis was landing on Taylor. And I was like, what's going on here? And Taylor wasn't landing that much. Even the shots that you guys are giving credit for, Prograis was blocking with his hands, his guard. It will partially, if they anything, they partially hit Prograis. And yeah, he gave Prograis a bloody nose. But you saw what happened to Taylor's eye. Yeah, they say it was a headbutt, whatever. But you saw what happened to his eye. His eye's swollen. And it ain't from no headbutt. You know, it was because Taylor was the more active as well. What I had to do with anything. You got to be effective, motherfucker. You got to be effective. Anyway, you know what? We're going to run through this fight. We're going to run through this fight right now. Because to hear somebody like you saying that is amazing to me. Usually you and I see eye to eye in this shit. Amazing. We'll run through it. But I believe Prograis won this fight. I'm going to run through it right now. You know what? I'm going to set it up. I'm going to go live feed, and we're going to run through the fight right now. Okay? Cool. So hold on a second. I'm gonna get it set up and everything, and we will run through this fight right now. I might get a strike for it, but we're gonna run through this shit. All right? All right, cool. Yeah, he took a walk. Exactly, KP from KC. Exactly, KP from KC said, don't do it. They don't understand clean punches. Taylor was visibly hurt to the body multiple times. Yeah, Regis Prograis kept on doing this. All right, I'm gonna demonstrate because see, There's a thing about me that's a little bit different to other people. I can actually demonstrate what I was talking about. I actually know what I was saying. Apparently, you guys, I don't know what you guys saw. Check this shit out. I'm gonna demonstrate it. Okay. So here I am, right? I'm Regis Prograis. Josh Taylor is facing me, right? So I'm here. He's a southpaw. I'm a southpaw. That's why for me, this was an easy fight for me to see because I'm a southpaw. Prograis, when he's coming up to you, he's dipping back. He's doing this. Okay. He's swiveling. Okay. So when Taylor throws a punch at Prograis, Prograis will do this. Chop! Okay? That's how he cut the range. That's how he popped the jab. He kept on popping the jab all the time. He popping the jab, up jab, spear jab, and he's pivoting all the time. So he's going around Taylor all the time. But yet he's walking into him because he's trying to get lead foot position, which he always has on Taylor. The whole fight, he had lead foot position on Taylor. Taylor never got him in the corner. He got Taylor in the corner. Remember that. So anyway, all right, he gonna come in. I gotta come from here because I gotta pivot in. He gonna come up the jab like this and pivot in. Okay. Now, when he gets to the inside of Taylor, he stays somewhere around mid range, like Canelo Alvarez. All right. So let's say Taylor going to throw something. He may throw. I may dip under. I might feint as if I'm going to dip under to draw you in. I go under, I slide under, to the body. Okay? He'd been doing that whole fucking night. Okay? To the body. He go, Taylor, clinch him up high, so he got to wriggle out. And he's staying. If I need to get position on you, I'm gonna come this way, right? I'm gonna come this way on you. If we on the inside, I shoulder you. But what Taylor would do is Taylor would get up and under, and he would bump him up under. He'd bump him with the shoulder, push the forearm, and come over the top, or come to the body. So he was roughing him up. Okay, that's how he. But what my boy would do is when he rough him up and he come into the body, he catch it here or he catch it here. And his blocking is this way. He block like this. He don't block like this. He block like this. When he tried to throw the uppercut, Taylor, sometimes they on the inside. And Taylor, they wrestling on the inside. Taylor come with the uppercut, he closed it up here. Close it up there. Because he's off to an angle on him. Tell you, I know my shit. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? Now, later on, I can't remember which round it was. He started tagging up Regis to the head. He was catching him to the head. But it first started when Taylor, because he couldn't find him no other way. Taylor was trying to throw the jab. And what would my boy do? He would just go whoop, 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 whoop. And he's pivoting as he's doing it. And he's getting out the way. So he was like Canelo. You couldn't touch him. Okay? Now the round that he took punishment in was round 6. He started taking punishment. And that's because, again, rough house tactics by Josh Taylor on the inside. He was strong on the inside, so he could rough him up. And he caught him with 2 shots to the head. In round 6, he caught him with 2 shots to the head. He forearmed him off, and he caught him with a shot. He forearmed him off again, and he caught him with another shot. Okay? That's what they put in the highlight reel. But they forgot all the body work that Regis was doing. Another thing that Josh Taylor was doing was that he was stealing rounds. At the end of the round, he would try and do a flurry. He'd be the last guy to punch. Sometimes he punched after the bell, all kinds of shit. Y'all remember that, and y'all think he won the round because you're thinking the rounds are close. They're not fucking close. Regis be landing all them body shots. Y'all think it's some tooth and nail fight. It's not. A lot of the shots that Taylor was throwing, Regis was blocking or slipping or moving under. The person who need to go back and see that fight is you, but we're gonna run it live. We're gonna run it live so you can see it for yourself. I'm telling you, Regis won that fight. Now, if you're playing politics, well, yeah, Taylor won the fight. And Regis is a cool, gracious guy. He came to England. He know what it really was. He understood that Taylor had home court advantage. He understand why he lost. It's cool. So he just being gracious and he let the guy, but he did not lose. He won that fight. Taylor was never hurt to the body. Okay. Prograis would shell up, not use lateral movement. What are you talking about, bro? Bro, listen, man. What are you talking about? There's no time when Prograis stood in front of Taylor. He kept on doing the circle. What are you, man? Come on, man. You're not serious right now. We talking boxing. You talking about he? What are you talking, dude? Sometimes I don't even understand what you guys be. I don't understand how you guys think. You guys think like fans or something because I don't even understand. I can't even reason with you right now because I ain't making no damn sense. Regis would move his head, but he was too inactive. I don't even know what the fuck you talking about. He was doing Leonard versus Hagler crap. Man, listen. You know Leonard beat Hagler, right? That's the first thing. Listen, I don't know what you talking about, but at the end of the day, like I said before, Regis kept on pivoting. He pushed back Prograis kept on pushing back Taylor. With Taylor was very ineffective in this fight. He was effective in rounds 6 and 7, rounds 9 and 10. Okay, he was effective. And while he was effective, those were close rounds because Regis was doing good body work. He was countering him. He was getting hit, but he was hitting back. Okay. Yeah, KP from Casey. I hear you, bro. KP from Casey says, that's why I told you don't rewatch the fight because he thinks highly of Taylor. I had Regis winning. Yeah, I know. Regis would just stand in front of the motherfucker never stood in front of what the fuck you talking about? What the fuck you talking? He never stood in front of Taylor. He was always pivoting. See, this is the thing that you guys just don't understand boxing. You talking things that just don't make no damn sense to me right now. Okay? And I'm a guy that do boxing. I just showed you that the motherfucker be pivoting in. He's coming in a circle so he can get lead foot position on Taylor. What the fuck you talking about? I don't understand. Why would you stand in front of a guy when you can get lead foot position on him? I just don't understand what you're talking about. Even when he was fighting on the outside, even when Regis was fighting Taylor on the outside in the later rounds where Taylor was walking him down, he would be pivoting off. Do you understand what pivoting is? God damn it. Because I'm talking boxing here. I don't know about you. You know, some of these things just really just piss me off, you know. You have to understand because for me, I don't suck nobody's dick. Okay? I don't suck nobody's dick. So when I'm talking strictly from a boxing perspective. Okay? So it buggles my mind when you say some really stupid ass things like stand in front of a guy. Why would he stand in front of him? At no point in time was that motherfucker standing in front of him. Do you even understand he was pivoting? Do you understand? Even when he's walking him down, even when Canelo's walking down somebody, Regis did the same thing Canelo do. When you're walking down somebody, you're coming off of a pivot. You're not coming off a straight. You're never trying to go straight at them. You're not trying to go in a straight angle at them. Do you even understand what I'm saying? Do you understand it's bob and weave off of a fucking pivot? Do you even understand what I'm saying? Oh, God. Obviously, he was moving constantly, whether he's coming towards him or not. He was coming off of an angle. Why would he come straight at the dude? I mean, this is boxing. Yeah, he was changing guards on Taylor too. He's tearing up the body. Yeah, he went to the body. Now Taylor's a big, strong guy, but he always took a walk every time he got hit to the body, or he tie up. T with the juice. He beat that boy. Okay, buddy. I don't even know what you mean. I don't even know who you're talking about. He's just trying to piss you off. Remember, you keep telling Errol wasn't going to KO Porter, and you were right. I accepted and moved on. Yeah, man. No, you don't know what the fuck a pivot is. There ain't nobody standing in front of nobody in this boxing match, bro. Nobody. Not even Taylor. He was pivoting too. I don't even know what you're talking about, brother. You need to go. You need to go rewatch the fight because you pissing me off right now. I'm giving you my honest opinion. I'm not saying that you wrong or right. I'm just saying, and I broke it down. I actually showed you what, because I'm a southpaw. That's what I do. I'm a southpaw. You got to understand how. I can understand why, as I said before, people in boxing, they don't just talk to people who don't know boxing, because it's like, it really is fucking annoying. You know, I just demonstrated the shit. I just showed you that Regis was pivoting in. What are you talking about? He not coming straight. He can't. If you cut a straight line, do you understand what? If you cut a straight line, he couldn't. If he was cutting a straight line, motherfucker, there's no way that he would have gotten past the jab. No way. You're not gonna get past a jab by going by a straight line, straight to as the guy. His jab's always gonna keep you off. The reason why Josh had a hard time with his jab finding Regis is because Regis coming off of an angle every time. The bob and weave is not effective if you're just directly in front of a guy. I mean, this is. I mean, I don't know what to say, man. You know, I only know how to talk from a boxing perspective. I don't know how to talk from another perspective. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes it really annoys me when I'm breaking down something and the other guy's telling me, you know, this guy didn't do this and he didn't do that. And I'm like, well, what are you talking about, man? That's like you got me thrown for a loop, man. Seriously, man. Like seriously. Anywho's, hey man, you could do. We're gonna watch the fight right now. I'm gonna go and get this thing. If I get a strike, I get a strike. But we're gonna rewatch this fucking fight now, okay? And we're gonna go through it round by round. Because the only way you're gonna understand what I'm saying is if I show you it. I'm gonna show you it, okay? That's the only way. If I don't show people something, then they not gonna listen to me. They're not gonna hear me. You have to see it. Me talking about it, even demonstrating it, don't mean shit. You have to see it. Okay, a pivot is a method of circling with one foot planted. No, 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 no. That's not what a pivot is. It's not about circling, man. You don't. Okay, I'm gonna demonstrate. You're a dancer. You can't see my feet, but this is a pivot here. This is a pivot here. I'm not circling anything. Okay? So, it's like it's turning. It's turning, but it's not necessarily turning. So, for instance, I could pivot. The box step's a perfect example, right? So, I'm stepping backwards. One, that's a pivot. Two pivots. Right? In boxing, I could shuffle backwards or I can pivot backwards, right? 1, 2. When I pivot backwards, I'm at an angle to where I last came. So if I pivot this way, 1, 2, I just came off an angle here. I went this way. If I pivot back this way, 1, 2, now I came off an angle this way. If I go straight back, I'm not pivoting. They tell you don't go straight back in boxing. So, if you know the box step is 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Or walk with me. Okay? Now boxers, they use it. Alright? Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Boom, boom. Okay? If I'm approaching you, look where I am. I'm not here. I'm here. 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2, 1, 2. I'm coming in off an angle. I'm coming in off an angle. Coming off a curve. Zoop. If I come straight at you, I'm coming here. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay? That's straight at you. Regis wasn't doing that. Okay? He was walking the guy down, but he was walking him down off a pivot. Why? Because he wanted lead foot position on him. Both are southpaws, but to engage, I want to be able to have the advantage on you, and you don't have the advantage on me. So if you were to do something, I could just pivot out the way while I'm dipping or whatever. So I enable myself doubly to be able to have the advantage. Prograis impressed me. Brilliant fight. Josh Taylor should be entering the pound for pound list soon. Showtime Boxing is on now. Cool, man. Cool. Who's the guy supposed to fight? Granados versus Easter, and Lubin versus what's the guy's name? Nicholas something. Yeah, that's a pivot. Ace fight. Yeah, it was a good fight. I also didn't see Progress fight just using angles enough. Not every fighter pivots. Did? Yeah, so what? We talking about Regis and Josh Taylor. We're not talking about every fighter. Yeah, I know some fighters just come off a straight line. They don't know how to pivot and shit like that. But that's not what Regis was doing. All right, so anyway, I'm going to cut. I'm going to start back another feed. We're going to watch the fight. Deuces, people. I'm going to be back. Peace.